I finally got a timing system, so we will have some fly times in this video. Powerlifting competition in 9 days, and there's a grocery haul in this video. We'll go over some nutrition stuff. I was battling with the weather, so there isn't that much dunking. I did test a broad jump, clean technique to work on. We'll see if my back makes it through the week. On Monday, 270 for 5 on the 2-second pause bench. My bench is recovering from the week-long break I took. Definitely needs to be primed up. Chin-ups, 3x12. These are going to come out of the workout, and I'll do them on an off day. They're cluttering this day up a little bit. 3x8 with 200 on the 3 seconds down incline bench, and some RP6 Olympic lifting. So as I tow the bar here, really focusing on relaxing my arms and using them like a cable that tows things. I am also trying to focus on bending my elbows after I actually do the contact and getting that down. All right, what's going on here? Same thing with the clean. I really need to work on my third pull, pulling myself under the bar. I feel like I don't have a good mental roadmap of how to do that. And there we go, a little bit of back knee bend on the jerk. 2x80 at 80% as a little bit of a warm-up for the flies. I am doing them out of the blocks, so you see some block start mechanics here. Not super explosive, but okay positions. Here are the times. 1:14, pretty slow for max velo, but you're going to see what happens at the end of the week. So keep in mind, this Monday workout was right after I did plyos on Sunday, and I was pretty fatigued. I could feel my soleus muscles were gone going into this workout. Got some plyos at the end there, and 345 off the pins for a set of 5. So the title of this video is about sprinting and squats being the best for raw athletic development. I made a video a while ago saying that a 5x5 on back squat and a 3x2 of tempo sprints are like the two best pure athletic development stimuli. And the reason I think that is that they're the most effective means for eliciting structural adaptations on either side of the force velocity curve. As far as slow things that you can do, squatting's king. It's going to build up all of the relevant lower leg structure that you need. Going to make your tendons stiffer, requires high neural drive, it's high stress. And on the fast end of the spectrum, sprinting, also very high stress, very high neural drive, and will develop your tendons to store and release energy the best. All right, pretty simple. So that's about the end of the creative aspect of this dunk session. Moving on to the extreme depth jumps. 9.6, pretty good for that late in the session. 9.4, the last time, I think it was like 2 years ago, I tested my broad jump was 9 feet in training. So I'll take that. And 28 feet on the triple broad. Going to do one more rep here. Trying to work on triple extension, technically, with this exercise. Square jumps, I switched these to pentagon jumps in the future. I think those contacts are a little clunky. Anyways, grocery haul here. Let's go over some nutrition stuff. I just want to encourage people to get on the nutrition and clean eating because it is awesome. There were a lot of Greek yogurts, onions, broccoli, garlic, dill weed for something that I'm making later, Dijon, and oh my gosh, I'm such a cinnamon fan, so cinnamon is there. Bananas, apples, fettuccine for the Alfredo that I'm making. That does have xanthan gum in it, but I wasn't trying to make the sauce myself. Sourdough, shreddies, that was my one cheat, I guess, of processed food. Powerade I needed for the deadlift session. We got lean ground beef and chicken, tuna, radishes, celery, carrot, zucchini. That's all going in a potato salad that you'll see later. And the hoop that I ordered came in. It needs metal work that I'm drawing up right now, but that'll be good for the future. Okay, zucchinis. The onions are going with the garlic. I really underestimated how many noodles were in that pot, but I worked it all out, got it portioned out to 12 meals. All right, I'm toeing the bar on snatch, trying to pull under again. I thought it was a little better on this day. Let's see, arm straight, contact. Could be more active with that pull under, and I'm forward. I backed down a bit to pull under harder. Clean was pretty good on this day. 235 for a power. Arms are straight, pulling myself under. Nice and stacked on that catch. And this was RP6. I've been filming a lot of my Olympic lifting in slow motion, and I'd highly recommend that. It's really hard to see what's going on with the Olympic lifts if you're not watching it in slow-mo. The pin bench was better. I did not tweak my back pin benching. I warmed up with the foam roller. Seated OHP. Physique check. My lat is popping out, and I got the right bicep veins. Those are things that I've struggled with in the past. I do not have lats, and my right bicep has really weird veins. All right. 500 for 1 rep. Trying to go again. And 500 for 2 reps. Not bad. My best triple ever is 512, and I was a lot heavier for that. Back was okay on these deadlifts. You'll remember I tweaked it last week. All right, we're good. So this powerlifting meet, we'll see next week. I just wanted to set a baseline for this winter strength push, and it does look like my strength is coming back. Like I mentioned earlier, the Powerade in between my low bar squat and deadlift was key. I cannot eat even like honey before I go to deadlift. Really messes with my digestion. Anyways, there's a 2x8 of high bar squats there and some intense hammy curl. No contact snatch. Does force the pull under. I can't really tell if I'm doing early arm bend because there's no contact, but I was working on the pull under. It was good. And hand clean plus jerk. I think pause jerk, actually. My jerk's a little rusty still. All right, here's the potato salad. And boom, homemade mayonnaise. No seed oils. Onto the track. Warming up with some double alternating bounds. 33 meters. Okay. And I did an 80 meter to get warmed up for the flies. 110. Crazy. Remember, I ran 1.14. 110 again. And then I cued myself. I looked at this video, cued myself to run taller and run in the front yard. 1.08. Crazy. So this is a very good example of how fatigue works. Remember, I had plyos the day before I ran the 1.14, and then I had 2 days of rest before running the 1.08, and I was also in a better environment. I drove a little further to this nicer track. It's a lot less depressing. It's not next to a dump like the other one. It's literally next to a dump. These are some approach jumps for distance. Last word is dump.